So we're gonna ask you a couple questions, Halloween themed questions. So the first question is, what's your favorite Halloween memory?
My favorite Halloween memory is probably the first year I gave out candy. I was like 3rd grade. I kind of got over the walk-in door-to-door thing, so I would give out candy with my mom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what scares you the most?
Oh,
Like about Halloween in general?
It can be like any fear, like supernatural or real.
Okay, so a lot of people will say that they're scared of things like when you watch scary movies like The Exorcist, and they're scared of like ghosts and all of that. Actually, what scares me are real life people.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
more scared of them than anything because I figure like you're not going to see a ghost come out every day.
are we talking like real life fears or supernatural fears?
Just could be any type of fear,
Any type of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Serial killers.
The fear of just what a real person can do. I also have like a really crazy fear of snakes. I almost stepped on a snake when I was a kid. It was about 5 feet long. It was a black snake.
Really?
It was in the middle of my yard, slithering around, and I almost stepped on it. And so I have a fear of snakes. I have a fear of
My sister used to be scared of snakes, and like she would always do pretty much.
I knew it! I knew that something was going to happen! Scream, that's like my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies is Scream. Like, I watched like Scream 1, 2. Oh no, I'm good. Is that gonna be on the thing? That's pretty freaking funny. Cameron, I don't know you, but you're sneaky. That breathing.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Josephine Lenati, and I'm one of the leaders of the Hispanic Heritage Program. I am a junior, and I have done it since my freshman year. It is a very fun experience that I've been a part of. I usually tend to the performance aspects of it, so I usually am in charge of the singers. Anyone who wants to do like a skit or a performance of that kind of thing, I kind of do that, and I also look over the general overall program. This year we had 4 leaders. It was me, Ballet, America, and Perla. America and Perla kind of looked over the dances, and Ballet also looked over speeches and that kind of thing. So for the next couple of years, I'm really excited. We do have a lot of great seniors that are leaving this year, but I'm very excited for the freshmen that are coming in and the sophomores. We have a very strong team, and I know there's a lot of people who want to get involved. That's another thing I'd love to talk about is anyone can be involved in putting on this program. And I think that's been very prevalent. We've improved every year, and I really hope that continues.
I've been doing this since I was a freshman. I think that every year it gets a little better. I think that this was probably one of our top best year, and it's not because I'm a senior and because it's our last year, but I think everything came out super good. It's gonna get better because the younger kids are gonna like step up into the leadership role, and I think it's gonna be great.
Pride, put all that hate to the side. I ain't gonna let you slide. They want us to divide. Now we got to decide. So we got the prize.
I want you to see that we have a voice and that we, mis hermanos y hermanas, we can make an impact. Thank you.
I'm here to support you, and I promise that you're going to come out better from this in the long run. I just think you need to find a group to get involved with and find your people. I think KNDN would be a great place for you to find that support.
So I wish I had more scary stories to tell, but I have one reoccurring nightmare that I've been having since 1989, and I was 9 years old at the time. Super Mario Brothers 3 had just come out, and also a movie called Arachnophobia, which, if you don't know, that's fear of spiders, and it was this terrifying movie with Jeff Daniels and John Goodman, and it was all about this town getting overrun by these like super spiders that would bite you and kill you. It was really scary, and I saw it as a 9-year-old. And I was really into Super Mario Brothers 3, and I played them, and they had 7 levels, and there were bosses, and each boss like did a different trick, and it was like one of Koopa's kids and stuff like that. And so my reoccurring nightmare, I still have this occasionally every other year or so, but it's crazy because it's so frequently that I have this nightmare. Is the combination of the two, and it all starts in my basement, and I have to run around my basement killing the spider Koopa kid amalgamations, and if I don't kill them, they're gonna bite me and I will die. And that's my weird reoccurring nightmare.
Hello, Officer Covington here. Right now, we're in the middle of a gym class. But inside the locker room, I see at least 6 backpacks that are potential theft victims. If you need a lock, feel free to ask your gym teacher, and you can be provided a lock for free. After school, if you have activities or events you need to go to, you may check with student services and they can issue you a locker to use for after school. Better yet, you can lock up your stuff in a friend's trunk. Just make sure it's out of view of the public who sometimes drive through our parking lot. That way it knocks out the opportunity for suspects to steal from you.
Are you tired of having wired headphones? Do you want cool AirPods like everybody else? Well, lucky for you, Stuco is doing a canned food drive all this week. All you have to do is bring in some cans and you'll be entered into a raffle for a pair of new AirPods. Not only are we giving out 1 pair of AirPods, we're giving out 2. So don't think you can't win just because you brought 1 can, because anything is possible and it goes to a good cause. So we'll see you during second breakfast and in the morning by the field house. Bring your cans, I'll be there waiting.
Good morning, Shawnee Mission North. This is old Sammy Sekar. Will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Hi, I'm Sammy Sekar. I'm a junior here at North. I'm involved in ROTC mainly. I do majority of things there. I try to help out all the new kids as much as I can. try to be the best I can every day because Coach is always on me about that. And that's actually how I started doing the pledge, because Coach asked me to come up here last year after the seniors graduated, and he asked me to do the pledge. I said, what do I say? And he always calls me Old Sammy Sekar, so he said to introduce myself as that. And that's kind of how I started doing that. And the pledge, it's really, like, it has kind of a deeper meaning than I think a lot of people think it has, because it's like you're literally like pledging allegiance to America. And so it's really just pronouncing your freedom, like saying I'm part of this country, and it's being really, it's kind of like a wholesome thing to say every morning.
Hello guys, welcome back to our KNDN broadcast. This is our second episode of Cold Questions, and today I have Miss Shear with me. How are you doing, Miss Shear?
I'm doing well, I'm excited, I'm eager.
Yeah? Alright, let's get started. Are you ready, Miss Shear?
Let's do it!
Let's go.
Okay. Oh my god!
Oh, this is worse than last time.
Oh my gosh, it's so cold. My feet are so cold right now. Oh my gosh!
Miss Shear, can you give us some little info on you? What things you do here? What do you teach?
Yeah, of course. I am a social studies teacher here at Shining Mission North. I teach AP Psychology, Sociology, and Modern World History. And I also coach cross country here at Shining Mission North. Represent.
What is the scariest situation you've ever been in?
So there, I don't know if you have ever heard of the 7 gateways to hell. Do you know the 7 gateways to hell? Have you ever heard of it?
Nope.
Okay. So there's this old thing, and there's 7 gateways to hell. Well, one of the gateways to hell was actually in Kansas, outside between Lawrence and Topeka, and there is this church that supposedly was cursed. And so when I was in high school, my friends and I, one of my friends is actually he's in film, and we all decided to take a trip out to see this place, and he wanted to kind of he worked for the school broadcasting, and he wanted to kind of film it. So what we had heard, and there's some band that had kind of, talked about it. It was on the cover of their album. I can't remember the name of it. But we drove out there, and what they said was that cell phones, videos, things like that would stop working. And yes, we did have cell phones when I was in high school. I got one, so I'm not that old. So we drove all the way out there. It was like a Saturday night in October, so it's already kind of creepy. And we got all the way out there, and we were in 2 separate cars because there was like a group of us, and all of a sudden our cell phones and everything just turned off. And, like, the lights on the inside of the car turned off. Like, nothing was working in the car. And we parked, my friends wanted to go onto the property of the church, but I was so afraid I couldn't get out of the car. And we parked across the street, and there's an old kind of farmhouse there, and the lady was just staring out through her little window, peeking out at us. And they got out of the car, my guy friends did, and they ran across the street, and they tried to they said that if you threw a glass bottle at the church, it wouldn't break, and that's how you knew it was one of the pathways to hell. And so they actually took a glass bottle and they chucked it at the thing, and nothing broke. And then they were so scared that they ran back to the cars, and we got in the car. Still, cell phones weren't working. They weren't able to film any of it and so then we drove away, and when we were about 5 miles away from it, all of a sudden our phones started working again. And it was